1 year ago, I dropped into a jiu-jitsu gym called Mapache MMA. Here, I was decimated by a myriad of students. However, there was one in particular that stuck out. Meet Justin, a BJJ purple belt. Last year in August, I challenged him to a roll and he beat the living out of me. In today's video, I traveled across the entire United States to take him on in a rematch. Before we face him, let's see what I'll be dealing with going into this match by analyzing what happened last time. As young and stupid me waltzed into this gym a year ago, I didn't realize how much I didn't know. The styles and moves that were displayed by the students were something completely out of my mindset. For instance, a move that Justin used continuously throughout the roll with me was X-Guard. At the time, I had no idea how to defend X-Guard, and that showed as he swept me 3 consecutive times back to back. Completely oblivious on how to defend it, that is something I studied extensively as I journeyed up to Seattle. Outside of merely defending sweeps, I've come to terms with one of the hardest challenges I've put myself through during this trip. Last time I tried a triangle on Justin, he did this. Today, I'm making it my ultimate goal to not just submit him, but submit him by triangle. I'll try to instep, but Justin quickly counters that as he pummels his leg back inside and then starts attacking that daunting X-Guard. Let's see if I've improved my defenses at all during the last year. While I still step directly into the guard like a verified pink belt, I'll give myself credit on being able to play calmly in such a dangerous spot. Something that gives me the feeling of calmness is my newfound ability of leg pummeling. I'm aware that backstepping here easily gets shut down, so instead I use it as a feint, then front pommel over his knee to escape the hook. However, I can feel Justin going for elevation, so I quickly look to take an early control over his shin and force it off my thigh to keep my knee line free and protect myself from heel hooks. Justin allows me to win the knee line battle, but gets a grip on my ankle enough for me to trip. I'll manage to rise up back to my feet, but he elevates me and starts attacking my heel again, and I just barely escape another submission attempt. While I may have looked like a cocaine-addicted newborn baby deer, there's still a win being able to escape his X-Guard, definitely something I could not do a year ago. Nonetheless, Justin is proving to be just as tough as last time, still not breaking a sweat and controlling the pace of the round. But regardless of Justin's skill level, the technical error that I make next definitely could have been avoided. For those of you that kept up with the trip, you'd know how all of my pressure passing attempts got shut down, and sadly this one wasn't much of an outlier. I basically offer my arm as tribute as Justin starts wrenching on an omoplata. The one good thing I do here is start engaging every living limb on my body to confuse him enough to let go. It miraculously works, but then Justin chains it into an ankle lock, which I escape from, but he'll use that to throw me out of position and begin hunting my back. While I sure did feel vulnerable here, face down on the mat and an ass hanging in the air, I didn't stay here for too long as Justin starts doing some Naruto shit, toppling me over while stripping his forearm under my chin looking for that rear naked choke. As I'm busy trying to keep his hooks off, he takes that opportunity to find the space he needs to lock his arm into place. And now distracted on defending his arm, he uses that to get his hooks in. With all the puzzle pieces set, Justin will get the first submission of the round by rear naked choke. As we gear up for another go at it, I'm a little bummed, but I'm not going to let that steer me off my course. But if that didn't, this might. Justin begins coming up for an early wrestle up, picking me up like a 12-year-old and slamming me back down on the mat. But now, if you watch the last few videos at Mapache, you know the pressure game coming from these guys is insane, and Justin continues the trend as he crushes down onto me. One thing that's critical from here is head position. I need to move his head back onto the other side of my body if I want even a chance to escape. I'm able to meet that requirement, and I'll switch into a knee and elbow tie to keep Justin's head on that side. However, Justin will create new problems, one of which puts me into a very dangerous state as he pommels his left leg into my half guard, stapling my bottom leg and putting a hammer on my defensive abilities. I'll try to sit up into a hip bump to counterattack. However, Justin uses a half Nelson to force me back down and swings into turtle and onto my back. He once again takes me off my base and starts working to a submission. He'll use an interesting control point called truck, where instead of getting both hooks in, he keeps one hook behind my leg to prevent me from turning to the left. With great diagonal control, he finds another rear naked choke, submitting me for the second time. All I've done this round is defend and get tapped out near effortlessly. And if I let the game continue like this, all I'm going to have is another video of Justin mopping my face on the mat. So it's time to kick it up a gear. I first looked to cut an angle, but Justin almost hits me with another wrestle up. I'm luckily able to grab an underhook and force him down to his back. He starts lifting me into single leg X again, but I'm not falling for it this time and quickly use leg pommeling to avoid the guard. Unfortunately, I'm making the consistent mistake of coming in above my hands instead of coming in behind my hands, allowing Justin to make connections before I can even make contact. He'll finally punish me for it as he weaves his leg inside and strips me into X guard. Things take an even darker turn as he severely off balances me, exposing my ankle. And then Justin will take the next 20 seconds to reap havoc on my foot. In burning pain, I somehow manage to lash through it and escape the submission. However, knowing the mistake I made back then of standing straight up, walking above my hands, doesn't stop me from still doing it, and this time I'll pay the price. Justin throws me up into the air, exposing my foot once again. This time, instead of attacking just the ankle, he'll switch off to the heel hook, and he'll submit me for the final time tonight. So after getting tapped out for the third time, I'm thinking it's over. Justin is always going to have the upper hand, and after traveling across the United States on a journey to become the ultimate jiu-jitsu black belt, if this is all I have to show for it, then I'm never going to reach that goal. But then it hit me. There's still one move that might be able to turn everything around. So after weeks of preparing for this moment, I catch Justin in my signature move, the Sunsetter Triangle. And from there, I went on to conquer mat chess and take it over as my gym. Well, that didn't happen for obvious reasons. I did end up signing up for mat chess and finding a new place to call home in Seattle. So that basically wraps up the entire Gym Leader series from North Carolina all the way up to Seattle. And I want to give a quick thank you to everyone who's kept up with me so far and other new faces that I've seen down in the comments. And while the journey to become the ultimate jiu-jitsu black belt is still ways away, after this trip, I'm one step closer to completing that goal, and at the end of the day, that's all I could ask for. The biggest thing I took away from this trip is to love the journey and love the climb up to the top. This trip was one of the craziest moments of my life, and I'm really glad I got to share it with all of you. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.